prochaine fois, fait pour une saison.
All right, so I'm back. I've got the black Miata with me. You may be able to see behind. And we are here for a very special event. It is Toronto Indy, and for the first time ever, Miata Canada Cup is participating in this weekend. Fortunately, Sports Car Canada was canceled this year, so there was open and grid slot, and lucky for me and everybody else that's participating, Miata Canada Cup took that spot. So it's going to be a pretty sweet race. I'm running. Trevor is running in the gray Miata, our number 70, so that's going to be pretty sweet. I will definitely be leaning heavily on his experience to tell me how to be fast, because I will be very clueless here. I've done a bit of sim driving to learn the track, but my goal for the weekend really is just to have fun. This is such a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I know I'm not here to win races, but it's really cool to now drive the car I built and drive it at such an exciting venue. I love IndyCar. So excited to get to spend the weekend here watching the races, share the same track as the IndyCar drivers, pretend like I am a professional race car driver as well. Just show up all the IndyCar guys. You got to do it. But we've all loaded in. We've got the tent set up. We got the cars under there. So that's going to be all sorted for us. Nothing to worry about for the rest of the day on that. Guys, setting up the Radicals, because same thing this weekend. Radicals, as usual, are here supporting the IndyCar race. So we've got Kenny in one, and Anthony Martella is taking the practice session in that car. And then we have Max Haverkate, our usual driver, taking the other car for the full weekend as well. So we have 4 drivers for the whole thing. The crew guys, Kalen and Brody, are working on those cars for a second. And so, oh, you're going to go away from me. All right. Looks like we're going to the hotel. So, yeah, that's it for the day. See you in a bit. Oh, yeah. And about to go for a track walk. So don't miss that. That'll be cool.
But watch out for your trajectory towards this one.
Right, yeah. Yeah, just don't forget what happened at the end of here.
And it's relatively fresh asphalt today this year versus previous years. Which is the first brake marker.
Right.
Start there.
Yeah,
Start there. Yeah. No, but just build it up. Right? You're not going to have as many bumps into here, but you're going to have stupid people going to make dive bomb moves because they think they can make. And I don't want to call specific people out, but there will be young people that are like, oh, you're braking way too late or too early. I'm going to go up the inside. But just be aware. Be extremely aware of what your surroundings are.
I'm fully expecting exactly what you just said. Up here from the back to the
And
grid.
it's all uphill.
Yeah, you kind
very bumpy.
of want to late apex here, right? And then kind of straight line between
apex, so
these
you're
two.
straight through.
Yeah, okay.
But again, it depends on who's next to you.
That's true.
I did this. James Vance and I did this 3 laps in a row, side by side. We could not get away from each other.
You're right here.
At the whole lap, 3 laps, side by side. Left side's on it, but you're not going to be up where the cones are laying down.
Right.
You're going to be touching it. Because you're also going to probably have the right sides where that culvert is.
Yeah,
Or not
that's
culvert,
not
but...
gonna...
Well, it's going to be a bump, right? And you're just going to start walloping. You're going to be like a boat trying to porpoise to get on plane. You know what I mean? That's the tough part. And you're going to have pavement changes all over the place. So you want to find things that are going to make it smooth and transition so you get back to throttle. But this is also the most blind corner that if you have to be watching for your marshals, because if someone put it in the wall here, you have nowhere to go.
Right.
The corner will build up with rubber quite a bit from the Indy cars and the others. But again, more asphalt that's just changing in the bumps. And this is a very awkward looking corner because some people want to come back to the left to set it up.
But it's unnecessary,
Yeah,
eh?
exactly. Sacrifice this corner and use this. Get up in here. It feels really weird in the car.
Right.
And it's kind of uneven. But again, you don't need to track all the way out to the left and set yourself up because you need to get the exit down the front straightaway. If you track out to the left, you're kind of sacrificing your entrance. You're not going to get it. you're gonna be pushing yourself wide on exit. And it's a long straightaway down the front. Always catches a few people because the wall pushes in and then it sticks out a little bit. So if you see the tire marks, how the trajectory is, it's almost like a double apex. That means that's back there. And that'll catch people with their left fronts if they're not careful.
It's way tighter than it
is.
seems on that exit. Like one lane out at maximum.
This is a transition lane. Then you got a pit box. Try not to go through your transition lane until you're at least within 5 boxes from yours. So if you're all the way over there, you shouldn't be in this lane. You should be say in the one. Let's say you see where the Splendid one is in front of us. If that's your pit box, you probably want to wait until you get closer here. You get into your transition lane, and then you come into your box, and you'll probably come to a stop in your box, wherever the guys tell you. And same with when you're going to leave. If they clear you, if you have a radio, come out to your transition lane. If no one's coming, just get right out to your travel lane, and then get to your speed. Don't travel in the transition lane.
All right, so it's first competition day of the weekend. So 6:45 in the morning. First thing up is radicals. So Anthony Martello's hopping in one car, and then Max Havergate's gonna be here hopping in the other car for first practice. And then immediately after, Trevor and I head out on track in the Miatas. We are bumping up against each other in a lot of sessions, so we'll be back to back for a good chunk of the weekend, which is too bad. But still, it'll be pretty exciting when me and Trevor get out on track. So really looking forward to the first few laps. Trevor and I are going to do a bit of lead follow for the first few, just so I can get a good idea for the line, since Trevor has driven here before. Obviously he was in a TCA, so a little different than what you'd be doing in a rear-wheel drive Miata, but still the racing line should be pretty similar. Give me a good idea, and then he can take off and leave me behind, and I can putt around and do my thing, and he can start finding a little more lap time. So yeah, very excited for that. Got about 3 hours until then. Cars are mostly prepped, did a lot of that last night. Got our bars changed, got the GPS set up for the track so the aim system recognizes it, got our live stream camera set up, all that stuff. So just got to do tire pressure this morning and then hit the track. So that'll be awesome. So heading out on track for the first time, they had us roll around on a pace car lap first of all, just to make sure we were all comfortable, to let us all string out, make sure we all knew the track, and then they let us go. So this is us right now, just working our way around. I'm starting to work my tires in, just following the pack. Me and Trevor went out at the end of the line. Figured there's no chance we're gonna get out in front. People are queuing up the cars like an hour early for that. So we just waited the back, try and leave a gap for ourselves. So then coming to the line, immediately there is just kind of traffic everywhere. I decided to hold off, try and give myself a gap, but almost immediately caught traffic again. So at the end of this lap, where I caught this group of people, decided to back off even further, try my hand again. So far the track was feeling pretty good. I'd got a couple like half laps in. The track was super, super dusty. You could see people going through corners on the racing line, and just huge plumes of dust being kicked up behind them. So not a lot of grip for that first session, really a lot of sliding. Definitely going to be improving over the weekend. But finally found some clean air, got into a good lap. Still a ways off Trevor and Owen and the people at the front. I think during this session, the lap I set was maybe like 5 or 6 seconds slower than them. I definitely knew I had more pace. I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to find time because of traffic and shortened session. So I knew for sure I could go at least 2 seconds faster. I wasn't trying to be too egotistical about it and think I could catch Trevor or Owen or anything like that, but I knew for sure I had some time in it, so I wasn't too worried about how things went during this practice session. But towards the end here, finally got an okay lap together with no interruptions. Was around a 141 something or other. But it was a really good learning experience overall. It was an amazing first time on the track. I was just kind of in awe of the whole experience, getting to be on this track that I've seen on TV so many times. And I gotta say, it's now one of my favorites of all time. Such a fun track to drive. Okay, so that's first session in the books, practice. Felt way too quick. That was so much fun the second we got out there. I was absolutely awesome. Probably about as slick as I thought it would be, but man, so much dirt, absolutely no front grip, your four-wheel sliding everywhere, but really, really fun driving. It was only a 25-minute session. First lap was safety car. They canceled the last 8 minutes because of red flag, so even shorter, like only 12 minutes of running time, but still awesome. I'm like so excited for qualifying and the races now. That was fantastic. Like, I just want to drive here more. I'm loving this. But the car's back in. It's loud here because I think USF 2000 Pro is on track right now, ripping around, causing a lot of noise. IndyCar's pretty soon. I'm going right now to get my race suit signed. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. Big IndyCar fan, so this is a pretty exciting weekend for me. I get to be here as a driver, race the same track as them, and then I get to fuck around and like just be a fan and see cool IndyCar stuff. So I'll be doing that. We're gonna bleed the brakes on both cars, and then we're gonna swap the Nankangs onto them as we had been running our practice on the Hankooks. Just some random old tires, just for practice's sake, so we don't ruin anything. But now we're putting the Nankangs on for the rest of the weekend for quali, both races. Those are the last stages. Tire wear here is almost nothing. So really excited to get going again, but I got a lot of time to kill. So let's go check things out. Alright, the suit signed, car's prepped, ready to go for the race at 4:45. Now, just time to be a fan and watch some IndyCar. Alright, so it's quality time. Got the car in the grids. Got my driver's suit signed by Alex Blow now, so that should bring me good luck. And take it super easy. I'm not trying to risk anything. This is just a fun weekend for me. Even if I push flat out, I'm not winning this race. So taking the flag is my biggest priority and having fun. So see how it goes. So my onboard for quali wasn't working when I went to go review the footage. The file had been corrupted, so instead of looking at my onboard, you can look at a much faster lap from Trevor here, who set a time about 1/10 off pole, starting second behind Owen. But as far as how my quali went, it went pretty good. I was very happy with the amount of pace I was able to find. I had set that 1:41 in practice thinking, oh yeah, I can find 2 or 3 more seconds for sure, no problem, once I get some clean air. And almost immediately, I found that 2 or 3 seconds. You could tell right away that the track was just way cleaner, way grippier than it was earlier in the day. Still super slick, like areas here come through the hairpin where you hit polished concrete right on turn-in. You're just sliding until you clear that polished concrete and get back to asphalt, and then you start to grip up again. But way, way better than it was earlier in the day. So you could push a lot harder. You could rely on your rear a bit more. Your front end would actually bite and pull you in. So I was able to find a lot more pace through the session. Did a 38, almost first lap out, which is what I thought would be a faster lap for me, and then immediately did a 36. And after that, I hit a bit of traffic, got held up for a little while, but once I got clean air again, started going even faster. I found a lot more confidence in the car. Definitely a lot of time to find overall, because Trevor clearly was still 3 seconds clear of me, which definitely not something I was trying to chase. That is not what my weekend is about. But I was able to get down to a 34.6, which put me 13th in class. Okay, so it's been a bit of time. Back at the room. Quali is over, and it went way better than I thought it was going to. Much, much better track condition than it was this morning, where it was crazy dusty. so that helped a lot. But it was awesome. Swapped onto the Nankings, and those felt pretty good. You are really sliding around everywhere. It's a lot of four-wheel sliding because there's not a lot of front grip. There's a lot of really slick surface, a lot of polished concrete where you have no grip anywhere. So you're just kind of four-wheel sliding and scrubbing speed. So it's really, really important to be watching what surface you're on and to be mindful of your line to try and like optimize exit speed and min speed and stuff like that. So very excited though. I think I qualified 13th overall. This field is crazy competitive. Trevor qualified second, I think about a 10th off Owen. So that'll be a pretty exciting race. Glad he's going to be up front. It'd be pretty sweet if Trevor could win this race. But I'm pretty happy with 13th. I'm around some people that I think are very fast, and I'm very proud of myself to be able to now compete with. So that's pretty awesome. So we're now straight into the next day for race 1. We've lined up in the grid 13th, following tightly behind Taylor Mahone here in front of me. We were doing a 40K second gear pull for the start, and they wanted us really, really bunched up. They wanted to make sure we had a nice, tight, clean pack to go to the line. So we're all just trying to do that here, coming around to the last corner. I was expecting the green to go a little bit later than it did. We kind of come around the corner and boom, green goes out. Everybody starts pulling away, and I'm reacting to them rather than reacting to the green. So I really got taken by a lot of people. About 2-3 cars kind of got me on the line here, which is a bit unfortunate, not the race start that I wanted, but still clean into turn 1 here. I started to get one of those spots back on Keighley on the outside. He was still there on me. This follows all the way down to the end of this straight, but I was able to complete that pass into the hairpin, but still down 2 positions. Megan Leahy overtook me, and then the 223 car overtook me as well. But survived turn 1 and surviving the hairpin coming down here. That was the most important part for me. I just wanted to have a clean opening lap, no incidents, get through safely, wait for the pack to string out, and then just get on with my race. So that's what ended up happening. Coming through the hairpin here, we all just kind of got back in line. But then, coming out of the final corner onto the front straight, lucky for me, Megan ended up pulling into 4th gear by accident, so got really bogged down, and I was able to just whiz past her on the straights, regain one of those positions I lost. And then from there, that was kind of the end of the excitement for my race. The cars in front kind of got on pace almost immediately, whereas I took another lap or so to find the pace that I wanted, and they ended up just pulling away from me, and it was a gap I was never able to close back up. Had a couple other interesting moments, passing some lapped cars, the ultimate cars that started ahead of us that we ended up closing back on later in the race, passing Ron Reed here down the inside just after the hairpin, so that was a little exciting. But after that, coming down the front straight towards the end of the race, 18 minutes into this 25-minute race, I see the yellows come out, really back off. I don't want to be going full speed around this corner blind into some big accident, which is the right thing to do, because I'd set myself up middle track thinking, inside, outside, I'll give myself options of where to go, and he was planted right in the middle, so I still needed to swerve to avoid him, but got clear of that, and that was pretty much the end of the race. They threw full course caution, wasn't able to clear that in time, and with only about 4 minutes to go, rather than have us just putter around until that timing is up, they decided throw the flag, end the race, clear us off, get that cleared without the worry of other cars on track, and get on to the next race of the weekend. All right, so it's time for race 2. Race 1 went all right. Pretty uneventful for me, which is probably a good thing, but it was super fun. It was a really good experience to get to drive around on this track. It was green pretty much the whole way. The last 5 minutes went yellow, which was kind of a bummer, so we had to finish under a yellow, but pretty good in the grand scheme. Not a super major incident that caused it, so hopeful that we'll get a continuation of that for this race. Very much looking forward to a lot more green running, and hopefully we can finish under green too. Just love to take that checkered flag at full speed. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be a really cool race, really fun time. It's already coming to a close, which is disappointing. This has been way too much fun. Once in a lifetime experience that I'll definitely want to come do again, but we'll see if I get that opportunity again. For now, I'm just trying to enjoy it. So we're into race 2 now, lining up 14th for this race, and I got a much better start, but I picked the wrong line. Taylor Mahone got a really good start in front of me as well, and he got bogged down on the outside. I tried to follow him there, got bogged down as well myself, getting backed up by him, and left the inside open for somebody else to slip right down there. So that was too bad. I definitely made the wrong call there, but you live and you learn. Got back on it out of turn 2 down the back straight, trying to regain some of these positions now that I've lost again. So going full speed down the back straight. Didn't end up regaining another position after this. Car on the inside kept that one going through the hairpin. But still, lots to fight for going forward in this race. Getting alongside the 188 here. People getting really bunched up. There was a big lockup in front of me that I saw going into that corner. Somebody was kind of easing off and backing out of that one, making sure nobody careened into the back of another car. Coming through this section here, things started to get a little more interesting. So I'm running sort of alongside the 188. He keeps stuffing his nose in there, so I'm having to leave a little bit of a gap coming through this really high-speed kinked section. But as we come around the first part of this blind corner, I notice yellow flags are out, so I'm starting to back off. And he's sitting on my inside. He notices the yellows as well, backs off. But then, dodging to avoid Hugh Leahy parked on the inside, nearly hit him. That was really close. And it was actually only upon rewatching this that I realized that the 188 took me under yellow, which really sucked. Out of that corner, I got super bogged down because almost hitting Hugh Leahy really threw me off. I didn't get my downshift in, so I exited that corner in 4th, and Megan Leahy almost got me through there. So I was able to hold her off, though, onto the front straights. I was still holding her off through here, fighting hard to keep that position after I got all flustered and offline, regaining my control here. Coming out of turn 2, though, starts to get a run on me. The slipstream is really powerful because of how long this back straight is. She's coming up along my outside. I'm defending the inside for the hairpin because I know I can outbrake her and claim that corner. And then once we get through the twisty section, I can kind of regain my position in front. But then we come to the entry of the hairpin and a yellow is thrown, which really sucked because she had her nose ahead of mine, which means it was her position. So full course caution, I had to give it up. I knew for sure I could keep that position through that braking zone, but that's just luck of the draw. Full course caution came out at that moment. She was technically in front, so that's her position. So they threw that caution, though, for Hugh Leahy, who was parked on the racing line back there. I'm not sure why they let us go green through that, but everybody made it through safe enough. They ended up clearing him. Took about 5 minutes to restart, and that was pretty much the end of the excitement for my race. So now figure I could show you some more exciting racing that happened during this, which is Trevor's restart off the safety car restart. So coming down through to turn 1, getting bogged down by the unlimited car in front. He was able to get the run on Owen and take the lead. Coming into the hairpin, sends it on the unlimited car, claims that position as well, and just gets to move on with it. Keeps going and is able to fight off Owen for the time being. But this is only the start of what is a very, very exciting race for the win. Owen had won the previous race over Trevor, but we'll see if this one ends up a little different. Coming through turn 1, though, on the next lap after making that overtake, gets a huge slide of the rear end. Really hand over hand regained control there. Like quite a dance, but got it back under control through the exit there, but cost him a ton of speed, and therefore Owen was able to get the run. Yeah, he's just kind of closing in on his bumper here. You can see how powerful that toe is, just giving it a little push because he knows he's not going to be able to shoot down the inside. Although on the very next lap again, coming into that same braking zone, Owen left the door open for him, so Trevor goes right down the inside, takes that corner. That's his position now. And then again, next lap, coming down the back straight, Owen gets the toe as the car behind. He starts pulling up along the outside. Trevor's definitely defending the inside. He made that move on the last lap, so he knows he's going to hold it that side as well. Coming out of the corner, though, just misses his shift, and Owen bumps into the back of him a couple times, just giving him a little friendly push through the corner, but ends up holding the position. It's a bit tight there, hard to send it down the inside. And then from there, lots of fighting to go for the rest of the race. Trevor was able to hold the position for the final 10 minutes or so until the checkered flag came out, but fighting super tight, bumper to bumper every lap. He was able to hold off until about 2 or 3 minutes to go. Full course caution came out. Car had gone into the wall just past the hairpin, so had to settle the race. Not enough time to clear that and get it going again. So again, through the checker, just like the last one. Too bad we couldn't get one race finished under green, but still, me and Trevor both took the checkered flag on both races. Trevor was able to claim the win on the second one, which is super exciting for us as a team to be able to take the winner's trophy away from this race. Altogether, though, 2 races that went better than I could have imagined. It's hard to not get competitive when you're there, though, once you get in that racer's mindset and you're seeing how the weekend's going. But to finish both races, top half of the field for myself, is more than I could have asked for.
We were doing some hits for the TV, and I talked to Trevor, and I said, Trevor, what's going to be your plan? And he's like, well, you know what? We're just going to try to get one step better than we did yesterday. And, well, he did it. So in P1, Trevor Hill. It is now time for champagne showers.
All right, so that's a wrap on the weekends. Race 2 was a little bit more exciting. I nearly took out Hugh Leahy in the 22 car coming around the corner. He didn't see him on the racing line until someone swerved to miss him, and I almost careened into the back of him, so that was a close call. Cost me a couple spots avoiding that contact, and then was never really able to gain those back. Car felt slow in a straight line. I would be right on someone's bumper and then be about 4 lengths back by the end of the straight. So kind of removed part of my ability to be able to make some passes. So I ended up just sitting behind Megan Leahy and the number 188, just following them through. Some good fun racing. Meg defended hard. Was really following her tight through a lot of the twisty sections. That was pretty good. It was an enjoyable drive, but really an incredible experience. This whole weekend has been pretty cool. Getting to drive this track with the Indy cars, getting to be part of such a major Canadian race weekend, and getting to drive on a pretty fun track. I really just want to have more driving time here. This has got to be one of my favorite tracks now, ever. Like, this place is great. Really excited that I got to be part of this and can't wait for any more opportunities. So you guys should look out for that Miata racing around at any different regional Ontario stuff. Leon's been driving it. There'll be Calabogie Challenge Series, so it'll be alive and well. But that's it for this weekend. We'll see you later.